Good morning, everybody. Welcome in to the right side of campus here for Tuesday, December 4th, 2018. I'm your host, the big man on campus. Here with my co-host, Donnie Rightside. Donnie, how you doing today?
Doing good. Fresh off, look a little night out on the town last night, watching the Philadelphia Eagles. Worked out well. Had a good time at the game, and ready to talk about and see what moves forward here in the NFC East, big man.
So Jay-Z's birthday, the greatest rapper ever. Happy birthday, Jay-Z. I know you're listening in. Shout out to you. Donnie, you guys say happy birthday to Hova.
Yeah, there you go. How old is he, though? Pretty old dude now, right?
I don't know. It's got to be 40s.
40s? Nah, he's got to be in his 50s by now. Yeah, he's in his 50s. He's an old dude.
Well, happy birthday to Jay-Z. But we're back. The right side of campus, a lot going on. We'll get to all of it. Donnie, you're gonna have to take a lot of the share today. I got a sore throat. I'm trying to get through this here. We'll bang it out. I had to cut a show short yesterday because of it, so we'll do a weekend here. It's that time of the year. But yeah, we'll react to last night's game. We'll get you ready for some games tonight. Talk a couple bowls. We're kind of in that middle of the season where, college football is basically over for a little. Then it'll come back. And we kind of bridge the gap to that until then. So do us a favor, hit the like button, say hello in the chat, communicate with us there. That's where you can find us every day. Now, Donnie, how was the game?
That was good. Nice little weather yesterday, so no complaints. And, Eagles played some good football on offense. Defense looked okay. But look, Colt McCoy goes out of the game after the first quarter. Mark Sanchez comes in. Is any surprise what was going to take place? The only interesting surprise about the game overall, Jeff, if you watched it, was how did Adrian Peterson stay under 100 yards rushing with like a 90-yard run at one point, or 95-yard run? That's pretty amazing to do.
Yeah, I noticed that. He didn't do much the rest of the game. That was it. It was one run, and that was that. But the one run was pretty pathetic, frankly. But let's get into some headlines here. A big one: Urban Meyer gone from Ohio State. He'll retire at the end of the year. Good riddance. Fuck off. See you later. Nobody cares. I know everybody was going to care. They'll talk about it for 2 days straight. But Urban Meyer's a scumbag. I'm happy to see him go.
Yeah, no, you saw it coming from a mile away, all the health problems that he had in the past. Now he goes to Ohio State, and you hear all the trouble where he gets suspended, and you wanted to almost ride off into the sunset, I guess, if you're Urban Meyer, put one more good show on the ground. We'll see if that pertains to a nice bowl victory to send him off. I actually thought it was interesting that they moved already and made a head coaching spot available for their assistant, Ryan Day. He took over early, and he did a great job, and they won some cupcake games early on, and then Urban Meyer comes back. I mean, Ohio State is a premier job in the country. And I know Urban, they recommend like this, Ryan Day, who was in Philadelphia for a while with Chip Kelly. Okay, but I mean, you got star power. You could pick whoever you want in the country, and they will take that job at Ohio State. Maybe they sold themselves a little bit short just going in-house.
Wait, so they decided he's going to be the coach?
Yes.
You're kidding me.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. See, I was sure that guy was just like Donnie, you remember in The Wire when they had season 1 Orlando, they had him as like the name of the liquor license for the strip club. He was like a name that was clean. That's what I thought Ryan Day was. For a couple of weeks, we keep him in here, he does his thing, and then we go get a big coach. That's amazing. Well, hey, he handled the situation well, so maybe they think he's good enough to handle it long term.
No, you're absolutely correct. I mean, that's look, he's in-house, and I'm sure they like that, but I don't like that. You know what I mean? I like to shake it up, and when you're at a premier job, or maybe if you're at one of the lower level, not even lower level, a team that's not expected to, be a national power, maybe you can go in-house and see what happens. But when you're Ohio State, again, you could pick you could tap anybody but Nick Saban on the shoulder, Jeff, and they would go to Ohio State.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. I didn't even see that they did that. I just heard that Urban Meyer was gone. Yeah, so that's interesting going forward. They could have definitely went out and really got whoever they wanted, but they're going to go with the young kid. Well, the young kid in I guess, I mean, what's he in his? He's low. He's early 40s, isn't he? He's a young guy.
I mean,
They
yeah,
definitely could have went. I
I
got him over
guess
there.
comparative to Urban Meyer, yeah, he's pretty young.
Eagles are alive. We just talked about that. A big win last night. I guess they're alive not only for the wild card, but for the NFC East. Obviously, look, you got a lot going on. You got to win a lot of games against a lot of good teams coming up. It's very unlikely, but hey, Eagles are still alive, Donnie.
Yeah, it'll be a slugfest next week when they go down to play the Dallas Cowboys. Line looks like it opened up at 4, over under 43. Dallas isn't going to press the issue on offense, so therefore the Eagles will be in the football game. I don't think the Eagles are as good as a team as the Cowboys, and the Cowboys are going to be rested and ready. Cowboys, as you know, beating the New Orleans Saints on Thanksgiving Day, then getting the full rest. The Eagles play on a Monday Night Football game, and we'll see who's healthy and not. I saw Jason Peters leave the game late last night. Timmy Jernigan's back flared up. He was out last night. No surprise on that since the guy hurt his back in the offseason. So we'll see how healthy the Eagles are coming in, maybe getting Jalen Mills back and try to press the issue. But I think the Dallas Cowboys by far the best team right now in the NFC East, the healthiest team in the NFC East. So we'll see if that plays over.
Someone's saying Eagles are lucky that Mark Sanchez came in. Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but I mean, everybody played for the Redskins on defense. So, I mean, they were able to score the football. So,
yeah, they weren't winning that. I mean, Colt McCoy wasn't going to lead any comeback in that football game. But, I mean, Colt McCoy is a little bit better quarterback than Mark Sanchez by default just because he's been in the system and he's taken the first team reps and all that stuff. So,
But people try to devalue the win. Okay, they still played defensively the same players. So, again, look, we know where Mark Sanchez sucks. We know that. But that's how the game goes sometimes. Nobody was complaining to the Eagles when they were playing people off the street. So, I mean, in the secondary. So, look, the win's a win. The Eagles got one. They're still alive. Heisman finalists. Donnie, who are the Heisman finalists? I didn't even look at this.
Yeah, three guys. There's only 3. Sometimes they take as many as 5
By the way,
people, and a lot of times
there's 3. Why aren't there 4?
Why? Well, I mean, usually there's, but I guess when there's no reason to bring other people there if it's really not going to be that close,
Yeah, well,
usually
I don't know.
Usually they hold out for like a 5th spot and just give it to a nice kid, but I guess they're trying to save on airfare and hotels when there's no reason just to trot out, ATN from Clemson or something like that. But it's Tua Tagovailoa, Murray, and Haskins. 3 really good quarterbacks that are going there. And it's a shame in the Heisman race. And look, offense is always going to rule. But does it always have to be a quarterback? Can it it's going to be a separate trophy like the best quarterback and then still have a Heisman trophy where you put the best football player in there?
Who would you put in there?
I don't know. I mean, I was just thinking on the top of my head. I would have to go down the list to see like who would be deserving. But I mean, is the quarterback always out there? It's just weird how
now, Donnie,
the best team you just pick the best quarterback.
I was thinking about this the other day about we did. I remember we did so many shows back, before the season started. We talked about Heisman, and I remember saying that I didn't think Tua Tagovailoa was worth taking at 4-1. I still stand by that. I wouldn't have taken him at 4-1.
Now Murray is minus 200 to win the Heisman.
But you can't take him. I mean, even though everybody, Alabama quarterbacks don't win the Heisman, and he played one half of football. I still look back at that number and think it was unbelievable that they gave him that number.
What, Tua?
Yeah, I mean, 4-1. He played one half of football. People were actually betting him at 4-1 to win the Heisman. And then they're all scoffing.
What do you mean? What do you mean one half? Who played? What do you mean one half of football? What's that mean?
Tua Tagovailoa played one half of football, and he was the Heisman Trophy leader to start the season.
Oh, coming into the season. I didn't know what you meant before that. Yeah, no, I think
before the season.
No, I know, but I mean, he was deserving. I actually still think Tua should win the Heisman.
How was he deserving to be? 4-1.
Well, 4-1. I mean, nobody else played, so who else was going to be in it? You take the best. Usually, the Heisman Trophy is the best quarterback on the best team. Yeah.
I mean, you had Bryce Love, you had all these different players to start the season that had better pedigree than him. I just thought it was amazing that he was only 4-1. That's all.
But it should have been higher, you think, or lower?
Yeah. I think it should have been a higher price. I don't think that if you take him, you took him. Like, that's your thing. But I
Yeah.
was getting roasted because I said Tua wouldn't do good. I mean, nobody thought he would do what he's done. I mean, and again, there's never been an Alabama quarterback that has won the Heisman Trophy, and they don't play well against those defenses down there and all that stuff. That's all I was saying. I thought he should have been high.
Which is interesting on that too, because when you take a look, we reward, like, you know what I mean. Like, Tua was the best player the entire year until the SEC championship game where he got hurt against one of the best defenses in the country. But then you have Murray come on strong because he's playing against air, like 7-on-7. You know what I mean? Like, and now he's the favorite. Like, ooh, he beat. Well, of course he did. Nobody plays defense. If you put Tua on Oklahoma, what were his numbers? You know what I mean? Like, you have to equate some of the situations to where these guys play, no?
Yeah, look, Kyler Murray, whatever. I mean, I don't see it, but if I agree with you, Donnie, I'm not giving it to him if it's my vote, but because I would look at who they played. The Big 12's a joke. You and I both know
That's
that.
what I mean. Yeah.
But
isn't it about, like, the body of work, which I love how, like, out of sight, out of mind. Like, you take, like, the first 10 games out and then you say, ooh, look at the Georgia game. Like, what do we do? Why? And then you see Kyler Murray throwing on, like, everybody's wide open every play, and you say, oh, that's a lot of fun. But you have to downgrade for that. I mean, there were times that Tua was throwing, like, what do you have? Like, 15 touchdowns and 14 incompletions at one point. Something ridiculous like that. I don't know, man. But people just like to see what they see on TV. Ooh, he's fun, and we're going to make him a Heisman Trophy with absolutely no downgrade because he played, like, Citadel defenses every week,
Yeah, look, I'm just overall pretty sick of college football in general with the rules and the stupid stuff that they don't do that everyone else does. Mike Leach, Donnie, did you hear that press conference he had yesterday?
I did not. No.
I think it was yesterday. It was, he was talking about the playoff and how just how dumb it is that they don't have an 8-team or 12-team playoff.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And
I like the opposite argument where they have Jeff like, well, UCF they would just get killed. Good. Isn't that what we want to watch? Don't you want to watch that? UCF 8 seed, Alabama 1. Get the fuck out of here, UCF. You just got beat 56-10. Isn't that what you want, though? Like, why do people have that argument? We don't want to see them in there. Yes, we do.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. That's what he basically said. He basically said, well, I can literally go down to the park down the street, and that guy that runs youth football can tell me how to run a playoff. He goes, well, let's look, though. He goes, let's go to something a little bit more, bigger. We'll go to high school in one of the big states. They do playoffs, Texas, California,
Texas.
wherever.
How about Texas? Yeah, Texas. The Texas high school kids, like in the 5A state title, they play like 16 games. I mean, come on. What a joke.
Then he goes, well, let's go to Division III. Let's see if they do it. Yeah. Oh, they do it too. Let's go to Division II. Well, they do it too. Oh, wait, let's go to FCS. They do it too.
Division III. They do
everybody.
It as well.
Yeah, everybody does it. It's amazing. Listen again about Kyler Murray. I don't understand why he's playing.
Yeah, anybody. You plug and play. Just because, like, there's a lot of chat in the chat box. If Kyler Murray doesn't play for Oklahoma, they're still in it. They still play a shitty schedule. They're more talented than every single team in the Big 12.
Yeah, I agree.
That is a system quarterback job. Baker Mayfield lit it up, and then all of a sudden you go to Kyler Murray. He lit it up. You know what? Next year, the guy at Oklahoma, he will absolutely light it up again. Kyler Murray makes no difference in that offense, whether or not they would be in the 4. They would still be beating everybody because nobody plays defense, and it's an absolute system quarterback style. Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray. Next year, whoever the quarterback is, will be up for the Heisman as well, and Oklahoma will cruise through that division.
Yeah, if Austin Kendall was the quarterback, I agree. Yes. They would be right up there in the Big 12.
Yep, right there.
Listen, I'll continue to say it. I don't understand why Kyler Murray plays football. I think it's the dumbest decision on earth, but hey, I guess if that's his way to stay healthy, stay healthy.
Yeah.
But again, Donnie, what happens if you break your leg?
It's true.
You might never play
because he's built speed, right? Yeah. What happens if he blows his knee out? Achilles injury. Yeah.
For by the way,
I was actually surprised. I was surprised the A's let him play. I was surprised the A's let him play.
Yeah.
I really was.
I would have said something too. No way.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense. He's not making any money off this. He doesn't get paid to play college football. I don't know if anybody knows that, but he doesn't, Donnie.
No, he's just having fun out there. Probably not even going to class.
No, I would. I sure as hell wouldn't. Scott Satterfield heading to Louisville. Great hire for them, Donnie.
Good hire. Yeah. You got to restart. You got to restart that program, right? And after that train wreck, and you got Lamar Jackson goes to the NFL, and you just try to run that same type of offense with a kid not nearly as good, and you saw that train go right off the rails. So I like it. Satterfield's a program builder. He's going to add stability to Louisville. Good recruiting location. They seem to be able to get the athletes in there over the years. So I enjoy that hire. I thought that was a really good one. To restart the program, get back to the fundamentals, play good defense, recruit well, and run a good program. I like that move for them.
Life is short. He's having fun. What? He's a multi-million-dollar baseball player. He's having fun? So he's going to play football and possibly get knocked out in one of the most dangerous sports on earth. But he's having fun. That's all that matters. Get the hell out of here. That's the dumbest opinion I've ever heard. You got to look at your future, bro. I don't know. Again, I mean, I always love these people. We got to have fun. He's going to have fun. No, he's going to go make millions of dollars playing baseball. That's what you go and do. You don't worry about having fun, Donnie.
He's probably got a decent insurance policy, but I mean, there's a lot of money long term in baseball. If he's a free agent in baseball by the time he's 26 and he's a really good player, that's 6 figures, man. Or excuse me, 7, 8, 9, 10 figures in his bank account. $100 million contract. Yeah, I wouldn't be risking it, but hey, look, I mean, if the kid likes football and wants to play it, have fun. You already got the signing bonus. The A's gave your blessing. So if something really does go wrong, you got a couple $1 million in the bank, probably an insurance policy with a couple $1 million more. But if your long term is baseball and that's what you're good at, I don't understand it either. I didn't understand it when he did. As soon as he signed with the A's, I'm like, look, I actually said Lincoln Riley should sit down Kyler Murray and say, look, man, this is life's way too important. You have an avenue in baseball. I'm not letting you play this year. That's what I remember. We could probably bring up some of the shows where I said that. I wouldn't even let him take the field if I was Lincoln Riley.
Exactly. I wouldn't either. It's a bad decision for a young man.
But then again, Nelson Reynoso does bring up a good point, Jeff. The Big 12 isn't really football, so maybe
it doesn't matter. It's not the point. That doesn't matter. It's still football. It doesn't matter, man.
And now they have to go up against Alabama.
Let it happen to everyone. Oh, he should never have been playing. What is he doing?
Like Willis McGahee. Willis McGahee. Nope.
Yeah, it's football. I mean, and then it's money is.
And by the way, what is his position in baseball, Jeff? What's his position?
I want to say he's outfielder.
Outfielder. All right, let's just say he rolls out of the pocket and take the wicked hit from an Alabama lineman who lands on top of him, ruins his shoulder. Now he can't throw.
Yeah. Yeah, right. No. I love how it's like, he's never been hit once. He gets hit all the time. Last thing you need is that one hit to hit him the wrong way. It's not really something to argue about. There's no reason he should play football. None. Zero. And if you like Kyler Murray as a human being, you should agree with me. You shouldn't want him to play football.
Yeah, no, that was my stance in the summer. I thought Lincoln Riley would just shut it down and be like, I'm not even letting you come to training camp or over the summer. You're going to leave school right now. You're going to go be a professional baseball player. And you're going to come back and thank me later.
And exactly. And again, he's going to win the Heisman. What's he get out of that? Seriously, what does he get out of the winning the Heisman, Donnie? Does he get any money for that?
It helps him play football, right? Nice, it's like Charlie Ward. Charlie Ward won the Heisman when he played in the NBA.
Right. What did it get out of you? What did it get? And then this Anthony Sarro kid who literally blows Kyler Murray every time he comes here. That's all this guy does. If you like Kyler Murray, you should agree with me. You idiot. You complete motherfucking idiot. You should agree with everything I'm saying, man.
Yeah. No, I just thought his future is baseball. And if your future is baseball, first of all, you owe it to the A's organization who picked you. But they gave their blessing, which is fine. But I always thought, which again, it turned out really good for him because he's not hurt. He had fun. He's probably going to win a Heisman or come close to it. And he's in the playoffs. So there's a lot to be said about that where when we're looking at it from a different perspective in early August saying, dude, man, why are you even playing football to put yourself at risk? At least he made it through the year unscathed. So you can say hey, look, man, had a good time, didn't win a national title, but, it was all good. Now I'm going to go on my baseball career. But looking from a future vantage point on somebody who's gifted like that in one sport and that's his future. And if I was like, even if I was his father or mother, I'm like, son, you're not playing football, man. And you know what? You know what I told him? You're not playing football. He said, all right, then what you can do with the Oakland Athletics, tell them thank you, and you're not signing with them because you want to play football. That's what I would tell my son.
Donnie, you played football for how many years?
16 years.
Okay. If you were, I don't know, senior in college, but even what would you do, Donnie, if this was you? You'd no way you play.
No, like
None.
no, you could take the same approach that these guys take now that are entering the NFL draft. They're not playing in the bowl game. Why doesn't N'Keal Harry? Hey, he wants to have fun with his friends. No, his family sat him down and said, "Are you crazy? If you take an injury here, you will lose millions of dollars in future revenue." Yes, I mean that's what you have to look at it as.
Gotta go get paid, man. Gotta go get paid.
Yeah.
Heisman Trophy don't mean much to Charlie Ward, bro. Nobody cares now.
I mean, it's nice. Yeah, I guess he could show it to picking up a girl, be like, dude, I won the Heisman Trophy. Because the best part about Charlie Ward is, as the years go on, people don't even remember. Like, no, he played football? I thought he was a Nick. Yeah, no, he was actually a pretty good football player.
The only thing that matters, and it should matter to this kid, and I can already tell he's not a leader because he should know this. If he's a leader and he understands how life works, he would realize that money comes first, nothing else. That love of the game bullshit, that don't mean nothing. It's all about the money first. That's all that matters. Donnie, what did they say? And what did he always say? It's all about the money, bro. Doesn't matter what you like, what you want to play, the love of the game. If you don't get let me tell you something, Donnie. Look at that guy, Boobie Miles, kid from Friday Night Lights. All them kids.
Yep, Permian.
You think for the love of the game, he wouldn't go back and do it different, Donnie? In a game that meant nothing? All that shit. It doesn't matter. It's the chance. Everything happens. A lot of things happen that would never happen. It's all about the money. That's it. That love of the game shit, that don't mean nothing. You got to go out and get paid.
No, I just think a lot of people. I mean, from all accounts, he is a really good kid. But by the same token, I mean, I just think his surrounding support failed him in this one. I mean, yeah, he wants to go have fun. Kids want to have fun all the time. When I was 17, I wanted to have my own car and, hey, Dad, buy me a really fast car. I really don't know how to drive, but it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's raining and snowing outside. And, my dad says, hey, son, give me the keys. Ain't going out tonight, man. You're going to stay right here, and tomorrow there'll be a nicer day weather out there. His family, his surrounding supporting cast should have been like, dude, you're not playing football, son. You're just it's just not. It wouldn't even have come up. It would have been like, yep, sign with the A's. You're going on baseball. Dad, I love football. It doesn't matter anymore.
And now people are saying Boobie Miles isn't a real person. He is a real person. It's a totally true story. Most of you should get your facts right.
Yeah, look at that. And yes, he has no. Yep, exactly. Yeah.
The thing is, per usual, Anthony Sarro has no idea what he's talking about. He lives in some fantasy world where no injuries happen. Everybody just Mosey's on.
He just thought it was a Disney.
Yeah. Good point. Watched it as a kid. It's a Disney movie. Get a clue, dude. All right, let's move.
I mean, there were some things changed around. He actually got hurt in a scrimmage before the season even started, so it wasn't like he was in some blowout game, which they had it on Friday Night Lights. But he was injured in a preseason game. You know where that preseason scrimmage, Jeff, was? What stadium that was in? College?
I do not know. No.
AT&T Stadium, Jeff. Where's that at in Texas?
Dallas.
No, that was unfair there because back in the day, the Texas Tech used to play in AT&T Stadium, is what they used to be called.
Gotcha.
AT&T. You're right. Yeah.
Lubbock,
Texas, Jeff. Yes, I heard.
Another great comment here. Football isn't as physical as it used to be. Yeah, seems like it. Doesn't seem like it's as physical. Come on, dude. It's still physical. What? Donnie? I'm just gonna move on because this conversation obviously isn't getting to some of these people here. And they have their own opinions. Let this kid get injured in a bowl game, and let's see how you all feel. Big man, you were totally right. There's no different, Donnie. It's not about an opinion.
Why was Willis McGahee playing for Miami? Look at Willis McGahee. Oh, my God. Blew his knee up against Ohio State in the national title game.
Yeah. And it's always, well, that's just one guy. Well, okay. We're just looking out for the guy. That's all. There's no point. I don't go play shuffleboard every day because it doesn't really I don't really have any reason to do that. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't make any money off that.
Yeah.
You know,
That's the
I
other thing
think
too
there's
is when
just
you're looking
things.
at it. I mean, there's a reason why people put things in their contract as well. I mean, like you can't ride a motorcycle most times in the NFL. You can't go ski, jump out of an airplane. You can't ski because that's all built in saying you're a football player. Don't get hurt doing extracurricular activities. Same thing if you're baseball. I'm pretty sure, most people in their baseball contract outside of Kyler Murray, and they're probably going to have restrictions in there, like you will not play football. You will not play pickup
Mhm.
football in the street. You know what I mean? It's just the way it
Right,
is.
right, right. Are you comparing baseball to football? No. Per usual, you're not listening either. Nobody's comparing baseball to football. We're telling him he shouldn't play football because baseball's way less injury. You get way less injuries playing baseball, and he's guaranteed to make a ton of money. That's what we're saying.
Frank Gore here.
Uh,
Now here's the argument that you guys shouldn't be making. Justin Coleman. Frank Gore had a
another,
decent career after suffering a horrific injury in college. Did I miss Frank Gore was a really good baseball player?
yeah, right.
Just because you get hurt in
Yeah,
football and you continue in
yeah.
football, that was your
Now
only
we're just
sport.
bringing
You didn't
up
have
random
other.
people.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Now we're just bringing up random people
The
to
point is, he's
just
a
play
two-sport
sports.
star. He's too small to play in the NFL quarterback. He won't make nearly the money or have the longevity in the NFL versus a sport where he can bank $150 million if he's a really good player. That's the point.
Then I love the breakdown, Donnie, where I just absolutely roast these people in arguments. Big Ben, you've never played fucking sports. How the fuck can you say you've never missed a meal? The fuck does that have to do with anything? Seriously,
Yeah.
some of the smartest people in sports have never played it. What the hell does that have to do with anything? I know what I'm talking about at the end of the day, and it's very simple. He shouldn't play football. I'm looking out for the kid. He should go take a year off, go vacation, and go all around the world and have fun, and then come back, go play baseball for 20 years, and make tons of money. That's all you got to do. It's not difficult. You shouldn't be out playing one of the most dangerous games in the world for fun. That's that.
No, you're right. I mean, look, and it's good for college football though that he's playing and he's healthy and he had a great year and maybe he can go up against Alabama's defense. But just looking overall, if you're truly the family, if you're truly the coaches, the surrounding cast looking out for Kyler Murray, he never should have played football once he put that pen to paper with Oakland. Never.
Great.
That's all.
Let's move on here. Kareem Hunt involved in a nightclub incident. How about this?
Yeah, before the kicking and the fighting of women. Yes.
Right. Basically, right after it was, the whole little interview came out that he had. We all know what he did in the hallway, but there's also a report that he got into a fight at a nightclub in January, according to TMZ. A man told police he was beaten by a former NFL running back and other men, including Hunt. Listen, this is kind of, I think, and look, nothing Kareem Hunt did was, I mean, I said my piece on Kareem Hunt, but again, people get in fights down in clubs. I mean, that happens. I don't really know how this is connected to that, but I guess it's just a good way to pile on the kid for sure. Again, what he did with a woman, that should be what we're focused on here. What he did in a club randomly, that happens. I don't know the situation there. I don't know what went on.
Yeah, they're going to tack
Maybe
that. They're going to tack that on to his
sure,
domestic violence or whatever assault.
which is a bit unfair. Because if I go to a club, Donnie, and let's say I see my sister out at the club and some guy's messing with my sister, and I get into a fight, it's not going to be reported that Jeff was just sticking up for his sister. Oh, it's Jeff was involved in a fight. That's what's going to say.
Yeah.
So again, this to me, again, it makes it worse just because it comes out right now. But we need to focus on what Kareem Hunt did. Let me ask you, Donnie. You saw the interview that he did. Still didn't seem very. I don't know. He came across. He didn't want to explain anything. He was very mum about a lot of things.
Yeah, they don't get coached very well, which, I mean, I think it was a very smart move by him and his camp to get in front of the camera and do it live, not something pre-taped and get your questions answered. But you have to be a little bit better in front of the camera if you're going to show contrition. The whole point of the interview is when you set it up that you show complete contrition and you're apologizing. I never should have done it. My mom raised me better than that. I won't let it happen again. The Chiefs did everything absolutely right to cut me. I'm going to learn from this, and hopefully I get a chance in the future. There's a lot of stuff you can do, which you could tell that they were trying to tell him to hit on those bullet points. But But some people just can't deliver that message on camera right away and say, you know what, I'm absolutely wrong and this and that. So I didn't think it was a bad interview, but it could have been done much, much better.
Agreed.
And
Maybe it should have been a little
should
bit
have
more.
lied, Jeff. He even should have lied in front of there because you know where they called him up again? Where this happened in February, and now it's coming out. He told the Chiefs about it, and they said, I'm going to seek, help and something like that. Lisa Salter said, well, you're in therapy now or no? He's like, no, I'm gonna say that, which means he doesn't care. You know what I mean? If that happened and you talk to the Chiefs, wouldn't you be preemptive, like strike, saying, look, hey, Kareem went through 3 months of anger management classes and what not to do behind the scenes. Like, oh, okay, so he was in it. But now that he got caught and the tape was out, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna get that help. Nah, come on, man, stop.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to. I want to know who the girl was. What was her connection to him? Was that because again, was it a girlfriend? Was it just a person that he randomly?
He said he didn't even know. He said he doesn't even know the girl. Like it must have just been like, how, I mean, look, we've all been bars let
so
out.
According to law, it's not domestic violence.
I don't know what the term what that would actually be then. Yeah, no, you're right. I don't know what the term.
But again, he needs to be arrested.
Yeah.
I would file, some kind of a battery charge or something.
They said the girl didn't want to cooperate or do anything, which always makes me laugh because that just means like the girl was hiding something as well.
Sure.
We can't track this girl down, and she doesn't want to talk about anything. Well, she was probably her boyfriend's going to see that, and she lied to her boyfriend, or she had weed, and they said just go home. You know what I mean? There's probably some ulterior circumstances there of why she didn't talk.
Again, let's remember also, it doesn't matter what she said to him. It doesn't matter what she did to him. It doesn't matter. You don't hit a female. It's just how it goes, bro. Sorry. Call down to the desk and say, yo, we got some girl up here. We don't know who she is. Can you come remove her? I'm an NFL football player that lives here. That's all you got to do.
So that's what your crew's supposed to take the fall for you, right? Handle it. And I'll bail you out, and you get that spending money.
Or just, hey, I'm going to make a quick call down to the thing. Hey, security, you get paid to be here. Exactly. Get this girl out of here.
Like Floyd Mayweather is one of the ultimate knuckleheads out there. But you know what he does right, Jeff? When he goes out in public, who's he surrounded by? Like 300-pound, 6'6" dudes.
Because
that says, you know what? If I need help, I don't have to go here and throw hands in the street. They'll handle it for me.
Exactly. Well, he's already been involved with that stuff, so he knows.
I know.
You listen. It's very simple. Kareem Hunt decided, I'm young, I'm brash, I'm going to do what I got to do here. I'm just going to knock this broad out, and she'll run away, and that's that. He didn't knock her out, but he definitely, I think, bothered her, and she left. What happened after? Did she leave after this?
I don't know. Like they said, like they had like body cam for police, but what is the body cam? Just entered the body cam wasn't there when they had the little.
No, I'd like to know like what this girl did like right after this happened, because I'm guessing they just went into the room and that was that. Where did she go?
Yeah, no, they just separated.
I'm sure she went down
and she left, and I don't know who called the cops. Did anybody actually call the cops, or was it just like somebody in the lobby who works there said, "Hey, there's just a fight. Can the cops just come?" or something like that? You know what I mean? Because there's security watching that stuff all through the hotel. So when there's a fight, they probably just push a buzzer, and like a local cop or whoever's in the area just probably comes in and checks it out.
Do you think women play on the fact that a man can hit a woman and attack men? No. I don't know. I don't think random women just attack men in the streets.
I think
some guy. Do you think women?
But see, that's where it comes in different, because I know there's I don't know who, like sometimes you just brought up differently. Like no matter what, I was always taught it doesn't matter if a woman swings on you, punches you in your jaw, sneaks you from behind. Like you just I don't know, eat it and move on and have some restraint. Yeah, I just don't have that quick trigger in my body. Like girlfriends, wives, whatever. Just if they ever got physical, I don't have that urge to pound them. I don't. It's just not me.
Listen, Donnie, I want to say one other thing. That's a great point by Adrian Bird. Supposedly, Hunt was with his girlfriend. Like she was there with him.
Why didn't his girlfriend handle the business?
Yeah. Why did she step up and ride for him? What was that deal? Come on, man. What the hell was that all about?
Grimes' wife would have handled that business right on the spot.
Oh yeah,
You could whatever her name is. She would have handled that.
My mother would too. My mother would knock that broad the hell out. Now we'll get the semantics again from the chat. If
Yes,
Ronda Rousey
they're my
was
favorite.
at you,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Well, if
what the
you know, a
fuck does that?
WNBA,
No, I wouldn't.
Brittany Griner was swinging at you in the club, what would you do?
That's like because Ronda Rousey fights other women. You notice she doesn't fight men, and she does it in a fucking ring. That is a dumb.
What happened to
There's
what happened if you're at the club and an entire WNBA team attacked you and it was 7-on-1? Would you not swing back?
no.
Yeah,
I'd get my ass kicked.
Yeah, Miko Grimes would handle everything out there. She would handle guys at the club if they were saying, Brett Grimes got beat. Miko Grimes would be there swinging on. Miko Grimes was swinging on cops down in South Beach before Dolphins games. She is wild.
You know what they call that, Donnie? A ride or die.
Ride or die. There you go.
I'm Clyde. She's Bonnie. That's what they say. All right, let's move on here. We'll get into the NFL here a little bit later. We got about 30 minutes. So, NCAA football, Donnie, what do you got on bowls?
Yeah, let's take a look here. Let me just bring up the headline to see exactly what we're doing here. No, just talking about not so much the actual bowl itself. You know what I mean? Like let's break down this game. But just looking at the bowls moving forward, because you're already seeing it now. You know, let's say App State's in a bowl. Satterfield moved on. Urban Meyer, we all know the story there. Now he's retiring, but he's still gonna be in,
Utah State
situation, and let's send them off. Exactly, Utah State. There's a lot of different moving parts that you want to take a look at, and more importantly, as you see, leaving for the NFL draft. I know we like to jump lines, and some people will tell you getting a better line is better than actually winning the football game, which is ridiculous, but there's some people that will tell you that. You have to know what these moving parts are in some of these big time schools, because do you want to be left holding that bag like, man, I really like this LSU game, and like 7 starters bounce and nobody cares, and all they care about is not getting hurt in this game, and I'm gonna be a starter next year, so I really don't want to get hurt in this game. I mean, there's a lot of motivational factors going in, because the smaller schools, the MAC football teams, Conference USA, there's not a ton of guys that are high draft picks and they're going to play football. But when you look at those upper echelon football teams of who's going to the pros and who's not, there's some key guys that just be like, you know what? I'm not playing for the love of the game. I'm not doing that. Like, let's just say, like, an interesting spot, the running back Dillon from Boston College, who they give the ball to like 40 times. Is he going to play in this football game on New Year's Day or whatever day he's playing and really want the ball 40 times before he's supposed to be a professional athlete? Like, you know what I mean? Like, during the season, he's doing it, yes. But now when you're in this bowl season, completely different motivational factors. Location. A team from warmer weather's got to play in the Idaho Potato Bowl. And like, dude, I don't even want to be here. Just a lot of stuff moving forward that before just look at the teams, make sure you know some backgrounds on some of these guys.
Yeah, Capper John sent me this couple Donnie player skipping bowl games. Noah Fant from Iowa, tight end. Debo Samuel, South Carolina. Rashawn Gary, Michigan. Ed Oliver, Houston. Kelvin Harmon, NC State receiver. N'Keal Harry. Justice Hill. Greedy Williams.
Yeah, Greedy is a great cornerback for LSU. Like, simple stuff. And again, it's motivation. Like when you say, well, those bowls, they're happy to be there. Not really. Like when you're expected coming into the season, Jeff, I want to play for a national title. We're that good. Let's see what happens. And you don't make it. And it's like, all right, we're going to TCU versus Cal. Like what do we get excited for? Miami, Jeff. You know what I mean? I haven't looked into this game much, but Miami's laying -3.5, -4 out there. You know where that game's going to be played, Jeff? Wisconsin versus Miami?
I think Yankee it's cold weather.
Yeah, Yankee Stadium. Yeah. You think they're happy about that? They probably, dude, just let's make up a bowl game. We'll play at FIU. Just keep us down here. We don't have to go up there. And how about one of those nasty linebackers from Miami? They balling out in this football game, or are they bouncing to the pros?
Mm-hmm.
Lot to, you know what I mean? You don't know. But I just look at games like that and say, Wisconsin's built for cold weather. They don't really have, the monster. They're still running back, still going to come back next year. It was Hornibrook going to skip the game. Do you know what I mean? But just some outside layers there that you might want to take a look at. That's all.
Take Army over Houston. Yeah, we talked about that one. Yeah, we're on that one. But now SPR form, welcome in.
Good. Yeah.
Good, finish.
Greedy. I think LSU should roll it. LSU should absolutely roll in that football game. But if I'm looking at that game and saying I might be down 5 or 6 players from LSU, do you really want to look at that football game? I mean, that's what it all comes down to, right? Or you say, well, their backups will be just good enough. I actually would feel a little bit better if Greedy Williams was locking up receivers out there. It makes me feel a little bit better.
Me too. Donnie, what do we got on college basketball? What are you looking at tonight? What are the games?
Yeah, CBB. That couple. Actually, no. I mean, it's not a huge card, but looks like you're getting some
Hey,
interesting
Donnie,
games here. Michigan and Northwestern. Yeah, what's up?
about that Morgan State call last night, buddy, baby.
Yeah, I actually
Morgan
went one-on-one.
State.
One-on-one. The -20 in the first half was easy. I thought they would score 46 points in the first half. They actually scored 47, but a couple late 3 balls there sunk us on
No,
the
listen, the 3 ball was brutal. It was with like 20 seconds left. It was like a brutal 3, and that put the team total in the first half over. But the full game hit, first half hit, team total didn't hit. So, yeah, I mean, it won by 38. So
yeah, the -20. Like, we kept staring at that. That -20 first half was like, wait a minute here, man. That just seems awfully light because if they're going to bounce this team, which they did, it's not going to be a slow burn. They're not going to be up 5 at the half and then drown them by 40. You knew it was going to be a butt whipping right away, and it was.
Yep, that's what they do. What do we got tonight, Donnie?
3 basketball games that we can take a look at here. Michigan versus Northwestern. And how about this, Jeff? You get a little precursor. I had to do a double take. Notre Dame versus Oklahoma. Not in football, though, Jeff, but in college basketball. And West Virginia and UF. So some big names here on the docket early season.
Yeah, and you know what? I won't be betting any one of these.
Come on, man. You got Jeff. This is what you bet on. You bet on big-time plays. Big-time games.
No,
couple
not
neutral
anymore.
Courts. Where are we at? Madison Square Garden? Where's these neutral courts at this today?
I don't believe they are.
Oklahoma, West Virginia, Florida, neutral. I have them both as.
Really?
Yeah, I can't actually.
I don't know where this game is. I'll have to, that will be obviously important.
I know, like Jimmy V Classic or something like that. I'm not too sure if that's this one or not.
Well, yeah, Donnie, it's MSG.
There you go.
Yeah, listen, I actually like Florida a little bit. I think their guards will be fine against that press. They're veterans. They're seniors. They can handle a press like that. I'd like it more if Chioza was still there, but he's not. But I still think Kayvon Allen and Nembhard can handle it. Allen's a senior guard. He can handle the press. The thing is, when you can get that press and beat that press, you're going to score points. The goal is getting West Virginia in a half-court setting. When I'm facing a team in like a tournament type of game like this, or in the NCAA tournament or whatever, I'm more inclined to take the other team just because Florida's seen a press. They know how to handle a press. I think with that press, they're very one-dimensional. I don't like betting on West Virginia. I won't ever bet on West Virginia, really. I'll take I'll lay the points here with Florida. That would be the one I'd be interested in.
By the way, Jeff, just looking at some things on the internet there for the Pinstripe Bowl, which is Wisconsin and Miami. They got some pretty dope hats there that they gave to each of the programs. They're New York Yankees, the New York Yankee logo, the NY on the hat, but they made them in Hurricanes colors and Wisconsin colors. Pretty cool stuff, man.
I'll have to check those out. As far as anything else, I got my eye on a couple things here. I think the numbers are already moving up. South Dakota State, Memphis, over looks good in that game. Memphis goes really quick. So obviously keep that in mind. What else do we have here? A lot of added games. Radford. I think Radford's worth another look. I really like this Radford team. I took them Friday night. I take them again here. JMU are not a great offensive team. JMU are not a good defensive team. Radford are just smart. They're good offensively. They play great defense. They don't foul. They get to the line. They make their foul. They're just a good team in the back. I like Radford. They're going to be a team that whenever I can, I'm going to be betting them. Also, you got a couple other ones here. Couple of small schools. That's really where you want to keep your eye this type of year. This is a real small school, and I would be interested here. St. Francis of PA. They have a kid named Keith Braxton, very good player. It's kind of a clash of styles there. American, very slow tempo. They want to play, very short, it's long possessions, not a lot of possessions. That's what they want to play. St. Francis wants to kind of get it going and play up tempo. I'm getting points in that game. I kind of like that one. And don't sleep on Fordham, Donnie. Fordham 6-1. Playing tonight. They got Maine.
They playing Rose. Are they in Rose Hill tonight, Jeff? Where's Fordham at tonight?
No, they're on the road. But Maine is 0-8. Maine has not won a game this year, so that might be a nice spot for those Fordham Rams laying a couple points. Keep in mind, Maine just lost. Yes, Maine just lost to St. Peter's. So we all know how bad St. Peter's is. So Fordham might be where to look tonight. Maybe get them, on the road, laying a couple. Fordham playing decent, not doing a bad job this year under Jeff Neubauer.
By the way, Jeff, and make sure that we're not capping St. Francis, New York, when capping St. Francis, Pennsylvania. Just PSA.
Make sure. Make sure you know the difference. That's important. But yeah, we'll have a play or two tonight, and we'll have some fun with that.
And Jeff, a little bit of NFL look-ahead weekend here. We have the Holy Shit Bowls I like to talk about. 111, 112. Atlanta, Jeff. Imagine capping this weekend. Atlanta and Green Bay. Green Bay fires their head football coach. Green Bay is absolutely an atrocity. Now you have the Atlanta Falcons, who now season is over, and they're going on the road, probably to play in some cold, windy conditions. And then you still got Green. Look, I got burned on Atlanta last week. They couldn't move the foot. They'll be able to move the football against Green Bay. Here we go again. Like, should Green Bay be? I know Atlanta stinks, but should Green Bay lay points to anybody in the NFL at this point? Should they? Anybody? Arizona? They can't beat Arizona at home. Like, who should Green Bay be laying points to? They are that big. Look, imagine that. Aaron Rodgers is your starting quarterback, and he's healthy. And you should never be. The Oakland Raiders should come into Lambeau and be -3 at this point. What is up? What is up with the Green Bay Packers?
People love him, Donnie. They love Aaron Rodgers. They think he's going to play harder because Mike McCarthy's not there, and that's how they think of it.
Yeah, maybe they'll go for run the football in 4th and 1 right up the middle with no offensive line, or maybe they'll have some exotic blitz schemes on defense because they have nobody. Or hey, remember how good Clay Matthews was in 2010? Yeah, me too, man. I remember that as well. Falcons and the Packers, just talking about that. Eagles and the Cowboys should be an interesting one, Jeff, coming up 129, 130, 425 next week. And I said it all along, I'm not going to change my stance. This is the Eagles won the last 2 games versus the Giants and the Redskins. Cowboys are the best team in this division, the healthiest team in the division. They should be able to win that football game. And then a really good 1 o'clock game on Sunday, which I'm glad it's 1 o'clock and the Eagles don't play till 4. The Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs. What an interesting game, excuse me, to try to break down. Opened up at 8, 7.5. Money pouring in here on the Baltimore Ravens, down to 6 at Chris, 6.5 at Intertops. Some 7s out there, but like plus 105, so minus 125, probably on the opposite end of it. That is an awesome game, man. Just a phenomenal game to try to break down and see what's what. And you know what I actually think is really going to help the Ravens, Jeff? Forget about Lamar Jackson, who's not a starting quarterback in this league, where I don't think you can win long-term overall. But if they can somehow incorporate, like you heard me say this many times, like give me Joe Flacco in certain spots on the field, like in your own 20 or driving it down. But maybe they can incorporate back in the day what the Steelers used to use Cordell Stewart as slash and just let him have like 25 plays a game. Boy, you can give a defense nightmares, can't you? Would you think they would look towards doing something like that? I think it would be so smart to do, man. Flacco mixed in with 25 or 30 plays from the young kid.
Yeah, I'm never a big fan of that. I kind of just like sticking with the hot hand, but it kind of just throws off rhythm to me a lot of the time. But that's interesting. That's
like, because I mean, like Lamar, I like Lamar Jackson. He's done exactly what he's supposed to do. He's 3-0, but he can't throw for like 100 yards in the NFL, and eventually it's going to catch up to you. I would love to see if they can somehow mix it in. Like, you're right, it's hard to pull a guy. You can't Lamar Jackson. You're going to play 1st and 2nd down, and if it's 3rd and over 5, we're going to bring in Joe Flacco. You obviously can't do that. But I'm talking about certain spots, like, 1st and 10 going in on the 30. You bring Lamar Jackson in. You know what I mean? I think there's a way that if they can play it right, it could be so dynamic. And I want to see how Marty Morningwake handles that, because the kid's getting a lot of experience with all these starts and, playing on the road. And and just to see what's what. But I think it could really incorporate something like a slash, like Cordell Stewart used to do with the Steelers, would be fascinating to watch.
Giants a 4-point favorite. How about that?
Yeah, that's because Colt McCoy went down. Because I guess it's going
No,
to be.
I know, but laying 4 on the road.
Yeah.
I guess
Is that the overreaction day, right? You see the game last night with the Redskins. Sanchez comes in. That game was actually, I believe, Jeff, the Giants had a pick 'em or one. It was lined before the game, and now you're seeing it to a 4. So, I mean, the Giants haven't given up, but are the Giants good enough? You're right, to lay money on the road or lay points on the road.
Definitely interesting. A lot of battles. Philadelphia Eagles definitely a sharp side this week. You can mark that one down. No one will be interested in taking them on the road at Dallas.
How about we skipped one of the sharpest games on the board? How about this? And there's a couple really good games all spaced out that you would want to watch. It's like 4:00 you get the Eagles game versus Dallas. 1:00 you get Baltimore, Kansas City. How about that night game, Jeff? City of Chicago, Rams, Bears, Trubisky back.
Yeah, well, I think where I'll be on that game. I'll be.
Your love affair will continue, and you know what? Your love affair will continue, Jeff, and I agree with you.
Yep. Another team, Donnie, the Titans. They're laying a number as well. I mean, this team what has happened to them?
You know what though? And again, it's a shame it's Thursday because both on my odds board has both undecided who's going to start a quarterback. Because you saw Mariota now again. Can we have any more throwing hand injuries to Marcus Mariota in his career? Is it ever going to stop? Stinger, banged up, stepped on, twisted. I mean, I've never seen it so much to an injured throwing hand to a guy that doesn't like to throw the ball that much. It seems anyway. But are you say it's a Thursday night home game for Tennessee, and look, I know Jacksonville's rejuvenated on defense. Do you put that quarterback back out there again, Cody Kessler? I mean, granted, like you won 6-0, but you scored 6 points against the Colts. That's brutal, man.
No, you're right. Yeah, listen.
These are good. There's some good ones to watch, though, man. Yeah.
We'll keep an eye on it as the.
Carolina opens up at a pick'em. Taking money again on the road. Ugh. There's those Cleveland Browns.
I wouldn't fall into that. I don't know why anyone would fall into that.
People are.
Carolina.
Again. I learned my lesson last week, which I should already learn.
Yeah, I saw someone also in the chat mention, real quick, they like Northeastern tonight against Syracuse. You have to remember, Vasa Pucika's out for Northeastern. He's her best player. It's not close. He's probably the best player in that conference, actually. So without him, I wouldn't have any.
But is it baked into the line though? Is it baked in already?
Maybe, but I don't really care what it's baked into. I know how good the kid is, and I know how important he is to their offense. They run a lot of ball screens. Yeah, he's played.
Did he get injured in play? Yeah.
Yeah, he's the best player they have, and he's how their offense runs. They run ball screens at the top of the key for him all the time. He's very important to their offense. And look at anything. Syracuse won't allow the offense to really run anyway. So I would not want any part of Northeastern. But hey, do what you think is best. But yeah, so there we go. Nice little mix of stuff today. Some Kyler Murray
on a Tuesday, Jeff. Who can hold it down on a Tuesday with nothing going on, right? That's how we do it.
Also, I always love the people that go, let's get this show going. Come on, let's get away from this topic. Guys, listen, we know how to run a show, okay? We have to fill an hour or close to an hour. That's what we have to do. We have a schedule we got to keep. We try to keep things and extend things out. There's not a lot going on right now. I know a lot of people think there is, but college is kind of over for a little bit.
We run it on a Tuesday. Jeff, you know what I mean? Yeah, come on. We could
Tuesday.
Break
Why
down
are you talking NFL?
We should be talking about
playoff streets. Right. Playoff streets. We're doing the show and you're watching. That's why we're doing the show and you're watching. We know what we're going to talk about. And listen, everyone talks NFL here on the channels Tuesday. Jimmy the Bag, Donnie Rightside. They all talk NFL. This is where you move. You make money, playoff streets. Clearly, you're an amateur bettor because you know that.
Well, NFL, I mean, come on. We're going to be crying in February when the shows are down 75% because it's not football season. And we'll all go, man, it would be so much fun to talk NFL.
Exactly.
Trust me, we did this show May all the way through the summer with baseball. as a highlight. We did this show with baseball as the top topic, man. We could do it.
Dude, I could talk about anything if you
Yeah.
had to. Someone's saying Syracuse barely got by Cornell. Okay, what does that mean? Who cares about that? They also, SMU got beat by Lipscomb and then beat McNeese State by 30. What does that matter? That doesn't mean anything. They didn't play well that game. I mean, it happens. I'm not saying if you like Northeastern, take them. I'm just telling you that Pashika's not playing. I got to treat my viewers better. Well, I mean, again, you're watching me, and we know what we're doing here. That's all we're saying.
Treat them.
And again, Donnie, I want to make this clear. Because I don't agree with you, I'm not treating you well. I don't have to kiss your ass. You're listening to me. I'm making my opinion known. If you don't like my opinion, that doesn't mean I'm not treating you well. We have to stop making that comment. I don't treat you well. You don't like me because I don't agree with your opinion. I don't agree with your opinion about Kyler Murray. It's not about whether I like you. I love you. You're a great guy. I just don't agree with your opinion about Kyler Murray. That's all. Doesn't mean I need to treat you better. I just don't agree with your opinion, Donnie. I'm not going to be a yes man in this business. And if that's what they want, then they can let me go and I can do my own thing. They don't want that, though. SBR likes opinion. They like people to have a different opinion. Me and Donnie, how many times you and I disagree? We talk all the time.
All the time.
We don't agree with things. It's not fun to just sit here and agree with everything. It's not. You have to have some fun. You have to have some controversy. You have to have some different things going on. And that's what I'm going to do here regardless. And if that's not something you like and I got to treat you better because you listen to me, no, I'm giving you the real facts and the real shit here. That's what I'm giving you. I don't agree with certain things that people say. I don't knock them down for it. Donnie's a different person than me. We're different. That's why it's great.
That's
we have
why it
fun.
works.
And if you don't, yeah, exactly.
You need sarcasm
and I love
in life. I'm here to have sarcasm. That's my favorite thing. And I give BMOC sarcasm all the time. And it's fun when we have to hijack shows because me and BMOC have to argue on each other for 5 minutes. That's what makes it fun. Like tune in tomorrow to the round table. We'll argue about something.
Yep, of course. And the last comment, it's about building a fan base. You know what? If anybody should know what about building a fan base is, it's me. I started doing a fucking show on my couch where nobody listens to it, and I get paid to do content. I built a fan base. I'm not everybody loves me. There's a lot of people that don't like me. But you know what? I'm proud and happy with what I do, and I'm going to keep fucking going. And if anybody knows, you've been around me a long time, you should know that. Okay? I know how to do this. I know what I'm doing, and it is love. But let's remember, it's just about an opinion. If you don't like my opinion, you can't get mad at me and say I'm not treating you right. It's just an opinion. I'm just Donnie, you've met me many times. You know how many people come up to me at IPC and said, "Wow, big man, you're not as abrasive as I thought you'd be." Because we're talking about sports, we're having opinions.
Big man is just as abrasive in person.
I'm not though. But you know what, Donnie? By the way, Donnie RSVP'd. He'll be at the party. Donnie, we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to having you. Donnie's
gonna booze. Is there gonna be Crown Royal? Like, what are we serving here? Is it top shelf?
Yeah, well, listen, we're gonna be. Here's what we're doing. Donnie will be in attendance. Him and his great family. They'll be at the party, the big Christmas party, the big Nadu shindig. We'll have a nice time. We're looking forward to seeing Donnie. Yes, there'll be everything you could imagine, Donnie, you'll have for sure. And we'll look forward to seeing you up there. So, yes, have a great day. Thanks all for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow on the roundtable where we will argue, Donnie and I. Make sure you join us for that. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.